Yeah. So and we'll see like how we can do the key figures calculation will be starting today. How the so we haven't started any module till now. We are only going through the basic of IBP.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So I've started the recording as well. Yeah. So here. So what we'll be doing today is we'll add the key figures over here and we'll see how we can configure it at different levels and the custom key figure, how we can configure the calculation as well. Okay. So first of all, let me explain what I'm going to do. So we have a key figure called actuals quantity, which generally store the sales history, historical data, or any sales related data, right? Now I'll add two custom key figures. So this is the standard key figures. This is the standard key figure. We're going to add a two custom key figures. One is the price, product price, and the other one is the revenue. Okay. So generally this kind of calculation we do during the SNOP meetings, because in SNOP generally people from higher management sits together and they wanted to see at the revenues, right? They don't want to so salesperson may be concerned about the actual number of sales, like what is sales is happening, but higher management maybe they want the information at the revenue level, not the at the numbers level, because the product portfolio is so high. Rather than focusing on the product value portfolio, they wanted to see the how much revenue in terms of like previous quarter or previous year they are going to earn this year, right? So that there we add those custom key figures. Now so whatever custom key figures we'll be going to add, that should be at the same level where the sales history, historical, or this actuals quantity key figure is. Okay. So this actuals quantity means the sales history, right? So sales history will be related to any product, which will be any location and customer. For example, if I'm selling an Maruti car, okay, so it will be the historical data will be at the state level, for example, Maharashtra, right, and Karnataka, or Punjab, right? So these are the location. This is your product, and it will be at the customer. So customer can be your dealers, different dealers, right? Dealer M, dealer K, right? So, and it will be at the different time level. For example, different month level. For example, Jan, Feb, or March, right? So what all key information we are going to say in save in this actuals quantity, that will be at product, location, customer, and this time level. So time can be at the month, week, or day level, right? So generally we see the sales data at the month level, but we can disaggregate at the week and day level as well. So it depends on what kind of planning level we have defined. Now let's see what is the planning level assigned to it in the system. So as we have covered in previous session as well, for each and every planning area, these are the standard list of key figures. Okay, we can add custom key figures as well, and we can give some certain meaningful name to it, so that we can understand, okay, these are the custom key figures. So generally whenever we add any custom key figures, same thing which we used to do in other SAP module, we start their name with Z, so that we can understand, okay, these are the custom key figures. Okay, now these are the key figures which are available in this planning area. So if I go to other planning area also, this same standard key figures will be there. Okay, so whenever we go to this screen in IBP system, we should be conscious which planning area we are attending over. Otherwise we may end up disturbing other planning area while changing any setting related to any key figures over here. And when we change any key figure setting, your planning area will go into deactivation mode. Okay, so that will be a dangerous thing, because if planning area is in deactivation mode, nobody will be able to use it from the Excel UI. Okay, so the Excel UI is the ultimate output where all the users log in and they perform their different processes and operations, right? So we should always take care of the planning area. It should be in activation mode. Okay, so let me open this actuals quantity key figure. So this key figure, when we open it, this is the ID which is assigned to this actuals quantity. This is the name and description which we can use while opening any key figures in our Excel UI. And this is the planning level. Okay, so the base planning level is read, prod, log, cust. That means, let me open in different screen. So I'm just repeating whatever we have covered in our previous session, so that we can just have quick revision of it. Same thing, planning levels are also at the planning area level. So this is the planning level which is assigned to it. Week, prod, log, cust. So we can see this is the base level is the technical week. Why I'm saying base, that means this is the root attribute. Root attribute means this attribute is going to make the value unique. Okay, similarly at the customer level also this root attribute is there, customer ID. Similarly location, same thing is with product. Okay, so whatever value we are going to store, these root attributes are going to make it unique. Right now this key figure is stored. Stored means we can put some value over here. Whatever value we wanted to put, we can put over here. And this is editable. So we can edit it in each and every horizon. Horizon means past, future, present. Whatever horizon is there, we can edit it right away. Okay. So this was the actuals quantity. Now I'm going to add one custom key figure which is called as product price. So how to edit? This option is there which is create new. So we can create a new key figure, or we can copy this existing key figure and assign some other name to it. So let's create a new key figure.
Can you show the options under all editable? What are the options?
So these options are not editable, system editable, editable in the current or future, in the past, or all editable.
Okay, so this is important to me. Is current or future versus past? Okay,
Yeah.
Good. Thank you.
So let me create a new key figure over here. We'll assign some ID to it. So I mentioned that we'll give the key figure a unique name first of all, and also we'll start with Z because it's a standard, it's a custom key figure. Now product price. So just remember, whenever we give this ID to this key figure, we can't add any special character over here. Even if I try to add any numeric I can assign, but I can't add any dollar or any special character. So since the actuals quantity at this level will create the custom key figure at the same level of product, week, product, cost. Okay. Now this is the ID which we have created. So we can, here we can give different name to it. And some description. Okay. The base parameter we have already assigned. Now the aggregation and disaggregation mode we have to select. So this product price is not a calculated key figure. It's a key figure which we can give the input, right? Now, so what we'll do is we'll make it a stored key figure first of all. Now, since it's a stored key figure, we can put when we can edit it. So I'm just putting it all editable as of now. So whenever, if you just notice over here, whenever I make it as edit allowed, this disaggregation mode appear over here. Okay, so let's say if I remove it, this disaggregation will go away. Why it is going away? Because whenever we put the value, then only that aggregation or disaggregation will happen, right? So here what we'll do is, since the value which we are going to put at the product level, it will be for in all the horizon, it will remain same, right? So we can't put any disaggregation value as equal or any other rather than keeping it copy. Why? Let's say if I put 10 10 10 in each and every bucket, right, at any level, let's say at the month level I put it. Okay, now I'm disaggregating it at the week level, so it will remain same at each and every week, right? The value is not going to change. So to just to keep it, what we can do is we can make it as a copy value. Similarly, if I'm giving the value at the week level, I now want to see the value at the month level, so that at that point of time also it should remain same. So what we have to do is the aggregation should be just like that, the average. So average value, what it will do is at the month level or at the upper level, the value of that product price will remain same. Otherwise, if I keep any sum or any min or max, sum means it will just add the value of all the price in all the buckets, and the value will change, right? But it should remain same, since it's a price which is not going to change in any other level. Now I'm just going to save it. Okay, so after we have saved these changes, if you just notice, this key figure has been added, but it is in inactive mode. Since it is in inactive mode, if we check the status of our planning area, which we are using currently, it will also get into the inactive mode. That's what I was saying. Whenever we make any changes with respect to planning area, the planning area goes into the inactive mode. Okay. So after making any changes, what we generally do is we check our changes. If it is affecting the planning area at any level, if any setting related issue is there, it will throw the error. So I'm just going to check it. So what it is doing is, this job which I have selected over here, on the right hand side, it is showing what steps are happening under this job. So I can just refresh and see. Okay, so this is success. Success means whatever changes we have made, it is not affecting. There is no issue with this setting over here, since we have made the changes only in this as key figure level only. Okay, so we have added this product price key figure. Now let's put this revenue key figure. Same thing I'm going to do. Key figure Z, So I've added this key figure, this revenue key figure. This is my product revenue. Now this aggregation mode. Okay. So since this aggregation mode means the base level is week broad log cost. Let's say I wanted to check the revenue at month level, right? Then what it should do is it should aggregate each and every value within that week and it will add all the values. That means the aggregation mode is going to be sum of all the values. Okay. Similarly, if I'm getting a change, checking the data at product level, now the next level I wanted to say that the product family level. So there also it should add, right? So at each and every level, the revenue is going to add up and it will going to give me the aggregate value. Okay. So here, since we are going to put the calculation in this key figure, which is nothing but your actuals quantity multiplied by your SQ price. Okay. So we will mark it as a calculated key figure. Since it's a calculated key figure, we will not allow any edit over it. So by default, it is not editable. We can't change this editor. Even if I try to change it, we can't change it. Okay. Now this edit allowed, not edit allowed, we have is there. That means it is calculated. That means we have to put some calculation over here. Okay. Even if I try to save it. Unique name of the key figure. Okay, I think this key figure name is not unique. Okay, so I haven't added any calculation over here. So even if I want to check it, it will throw error over here. See, this check has got failed. So we can download the logs as well. And we can see. So I means information, W means warning, E means error. So what it is saying is this product, this key figure which we have added, it must be stored or a calculation must exist. Why? Because this is a calculated key figure. If we are not adding any calculation, either we have to mark it as stored. If we are marking it as a calculated key figure, then we have to add some calculation to this. Okay, so how to add the calculation? I just need to use this add calculation button where so here whatever key figures I wanted to use for the calculation purpose, that will appear automatically if I just put double quotes over. Okay, so our key figure was actuals quantity. This calculation will be at the week product log customer because our this actuals quantity also is at the same level, multiplied by your price, which was Z product price, Z product SQ price at week product location level. Okay, now if you wanted whatever calculation we have put, we can validate through this option as well. So it will check the validation in terms of the syntax or in terms of any issue with this particular calculation. So since this window has appeared, that means the calculation is okay. Okay, so what it is asking in this window is what all input key figures are there. Okay, so these input key figures are automatically selected. Why? Because we have put the calculation over here. Now it is asking for are these values are stored or not. Okay, so since these values are stored, I'm going to put okay. So we can see the same window by using this input key figure over here. Okay, now there are, let me tell you what are the different options are there. So if I wanted to edit it, I can do that. If I wanted to delete it, we can delete it. the input key figures list. I wanted to see. I can see it. Now there's one more option which is called L script. Okay. So this is where in IBP we can put some customization. So the customization can be in terms of the calculation only. There are some calculation which we are not able to do currently in IBP. So we raise that request to SAP, and with the logic we wanted to try. Okay, and that logic will be converted into in terms of a script, and that script will be provided by SAP, and we put that script over here. Whatever code is there, that we put over here, and we used it for our calculation purpose.
So we can't put code in a script then. So every time we have to send it to SAP, or
Yes, every time we have to send it. So this thing is developed by SAP only, and every time we raise any request for L script, that will be chargeable. Okay, that is why SAP suggests from their side, whatever calculation is there, we should try from our own end by using different approaches. The drawback of using this L script is, let's say in future, if your this logic which you have used is gonna change, then again you have to go back to SAP to change it, and every time they change it, that will be chargeable. Okay, and you know, if SAP is working something, so that charge will be not very like a minimum, right? It will be a good amount. So,
but right now in APO we generally do custom code, right? A lot of custom code. So there is no option in IBP to do custom code then.
no. It just keep one thing in your mind. This is a cloud solution. In cloud solution, you don't have any access to put any code. That's it. The end. Okay.
Good.
So this is the only where you can put some coding, and that coding will only be provided by SAP. Okay. So we have added this revenue key figure over here. Let me just save it. Okay. Same thing we are going to do after performing those changes. We are going to check it. So why I'm doing this every now and then, because like whatever changes we are there, we just want to validate it, because if I just go directly to this activate planning area, it will take 10 to 15 minutes minimum to activate, because it is going to perform all those checks of validation, the data consistency, everything is going to check. Okay, so I don't want to waste our session time, so that is why I keep on checking this whatever changes we are making. So it is in success. Okay. Now, so I have logged into this planning area as well at the Excel level. So whatever we have created will not be able to see in the key figure list. So what we have added is this product SKU revenue. If I just check, there is no product SKU revenue as of now key figure. Why? Because our planning area is in deactivated mode. Okay. So what we'll do is, I'll start the activation. So by the time it is getting deactivated, what we'll do is, I'll give you some information about the Excel UI first of all. Okay, and some formatting.
1 second. So activation is only on the planning area level, not on the individual items like key figures and all. We just save it. No.
So if you check over here, whatever changes we are making, it is checking each and everything. It is not so activating planning area means whatever entities are there with respect to planning area. For example, attribute, master data, key figures, planning levels, whatever is there.
Before going to planning area activation, can I activate a key figure?
So there is no option to activate key figure.
So like APO, we don't have that option, separate activation, and finally you activate planning area.
So this activation will be done under this activate planning area. That's
so
why
activation is only for planning area, not for individual items.
No. So that's why I told you whatever changes I'm making, I'm checking the planning area. It is affecting or not. That whatever changes we have made, that should be validated, right? So that is why I'm checking it. Otherwise, if I directly go to activate planning area after 15 or 20 minutes, I come to know that this is the setting we may have missed.
So, okay.
Okay.
Normally in API, when you create a key figure or character, then you activate first. But here there's no activation, just checking it.
Just, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is in inactive mode. Once this activation get completed, all your key figure which are in inactive mode goes into activation. Then only it will appear here in your Excel UI. Okay. So in this Excel UI, we can create different planning views. Okay. So I'm just introducing this planning view just till now that activation happens. Now here we can add. So this Excel UI is divided into 4 parts. First of all, this upper half part is related to the charts and these graphs which we can create. So we can put the filter over here on the left hand side. On the right hand side, we can see all those values at the in the chart level. For example, I wanted to see the actual quantity key figure. I'll just select this key figure and I'll just put it here. So it will show the value in graphical manner. Since it's very high, let me add some. So we can put the filter at the product level as well. So I'll just put the product level filter. So it is showing this product only. Okay. So all these things we can perform over here. There are other options as well in terms of charts and graphs that we can do in the analytics in the IBP. But at this Excel UI level, this is the chart which we can create. So this is the same chart which we generally have in Excel. We can just right click over here and we can change the chart type also with different lines and different formats. Okay, that we can do. Okay. Now this is the main thing which is there in IBP is the bottom part. Okay, so we can hide the upper part as well just by clicking on this option. Now this Excel UI which we are seeing currently is a standard copy of a standard template which is provided by SAP. Otherwise, we can create our own templates. We just so whatever features are there in this template, a standard template provided by SAP. So those are like very useful first of all, and creating our own it doesn't help because we can put lot of formatting over here. You can see like the key figures which we are seeing currently, it's kind of a messy over, right? If we add, I'm going to add more key figures over here, it will be more confusing for a user to see, right? So we can put certain formatting to each and every key figure so that we can highlight it with some different type of font or colors, or we can put conditional formatting as well. Okay. So these key figures, we can select whatever key figures I wanted to see. I can just select over from the list of key figures over here, and at which level I wanted to see. This level I also select. For example, location level I also wanted to add. So I can just select the location from here. I can add it. I can put some filter also. For example, at which product, for which product level or family level I wanted to see the data. I can put some filter and at which time level I wanted to see. It can be at the week level, day level, month level, quarter, year level, that I can see. Also, we can put certain total value as well. For example, right now I've selected only this period. So let me load it. It is showing the values, whatever key figures or whatever filter we have given in terms of the product. So in the end, let's say I wanted to add a total column as well. That also I can add from here just by selecting this periods and total. I can put some label for that total column as well. So what it is going to do is it will add this sum. So sum means whatever values is there in this particular key figure for this product, it will add each and every value. Okay, so that thing we can do. Now other thing is, let's say I have created some version. So same thing which was there in APO and ECC, we can create a version of it. Version means we can create a copy of your master data or key figure in a different version. Right now we are seeing the data in base version. Base version is the same as the active version, where all the data which was there in your IBP will belong to the base version by default. But let's say I wanted to create a copy of that master data in different version. After doing that, we can select those version over here, and that version specific values it will show. So let me try loading the data for different version. There's no data as of now. Let me remove the filter. Let's see if we have something. Okay, there's no data as of now. So you can see this version. Okay, here also it is not showing. Let me load some other version. Okay, here also it is not showing. So we'll put some value in this version, and then we can see different version data as well. How we can identify if this which version data we are seeing, the one column with, okay, why it is showing this error? Because this planning area is in activation mode, so it is activating. That is why this error we are getting. Okay, so let's by the time it is getting activated, let me check what is the status. Still running. Okay, so it's just in the end of it. So you can see it is performing the data consistency check as well, which we used to do in APO. Now, by the time it is getting activated, let me introduce one concept which is called EPM formatting. Okay, so as I told you, this template is provided by SAP. Okay, so with that template, they have given one more sheet which is called EPM formatting. So if you know about this EPM is the base where on which this IBP has been built up. EPM formatting is mainly related to the Excel only. Microsoft only built that EPM. So here we can perform certain formatting to different key figures. Okay, when I say formatting means, let's say this capacity utilization key figure is there. Okay, now I wanted to highlight it in some exceptional cases, or maybe I just wanted to highlight this whole key figure so that any planner is going to see this view, they can just directly focus over that particular key figure. Okay, so how to do it? We generally, these are the steps which are written over here. We generally have to go to the edit view, and there we have to select EPM formatting related setting. That I'll show you what are these settings. And after that, we have created this activated this EPM formatting related setting. We have to go to a sheet which is called this EPM formatting sheet. Okay, so in this EPM formatting sheet, we can add all our key figures. For example, this in this screenshot, this key figure is there. We can select this key figure, we can add it. After adding it, we can put, so this capacity utilization key figure has been added. We can put certain formatting to it. So formatting means this, if you check over here, this utilization key figure is in numeric format, right? Generally we wanted to see it as the percentage format. So that setting we can do over here. We can just select this member, whatever this member key figure we have added. We can go to its formatting and apply this percentage format and what decimal volume I wanted to see. And also we can add some conditional formatting. So conditional formatting means some exceptional cases. For example, with respect to this capacity utilization, I can just put the condition like if the capacity utilization is above 100%, we should highlight it with some color. Okay, so these are the exceptional cases will be there. So we'll just put the same, just like we used to do in Excel. We'll select that cell and put some value. If it is greater than 1, then put highlighted in red color. Okay, so after we have done the setting, we just have to refresh it. refresh our planning view, and it is going to highlight those exceptional value in red color. Also, all the values are shown in different percentage formats. Okay, so these are the different exception for this EPM formatting we can do. So it helps. So when it helps generally is whenever we are performing in any demo in front of a client. So we just want them to focus on certain numbers, right? So then we can highlight those particular columns with certain other colors or other fonts, so that we can during demo they can focus or they can see those numbers clearly, and if any doubts or discussions we used to happen, that we can do. Okay,
Is it similar to alerts?
kind of, but alerts, with alerts we can do lot more of things. This is just in Excel UI we can do that, kind of that, but in alerts there are so many things we can do. This is just a basic one. So it helps in because whenever we perform any demo in front of a client, this is the UI, Excel UI they wanted to see, because with IBP, this Excel is the main thing which excites them, because they have been using this Excel all throughout their years. Their previous experience is mainly in Excel only. So generally we focus on the Excel UI rather than showing them the different settings we are doing in web UI. So here this EPM formatting helps us to focus on any key figure which I wanted to highlight. Okay. Now, so custom key figure we have added, right? Now they everyone will generally ask us, like, if let's say if I wanted to add a certain row to it, I wanted to perform the calculation, can I do that? Because it's a Excel, right? Generally whenever we wanted to add any row or any column, we can do it right away. Right? So here also we can do that. The concept which is related to that functionality is called as local member creation. Okay, so local member means we can just go to any row, insert any row, we can start performing the calculation. But before that, we have to activate certain setting which is called activate local member recognition. Okay, when we do that, whatever row we are going to add, that will be recognized in this Excel here. Okay, so just remember one thing, since we are adding this local member in this planning view, it will be available only this in planning view. If certain other user is logging into the same planning area with the same template, they will not be able to see it, because it's in your local system only. It's not related, not adding, we are not adding into the planning area, it's into the local system only.
So there are no standard views given by IT. It's every view is developed by the users themselves.
Yes, user can. That is the strong part of IBP. Since in APO the planning book is there, but if we wanted to change the planning book, that option was not there with the user, right? So here we have that flexibility is totally given to planner. With flexibility, certain risks are there. For example, they may forget to add some key figure, right, while seeing the information. So to minimize that risk, we create the templates. Okay. So how I will create the template, that also I'll show you. So the user will directly go log into their system, then Excel UI, they can directly load that template and start working. Okay, they don't have to create this view every now and then.
Okay. When you say this local member recognition, that is, you are creating some row here, for your calculation that is not visible for other who are working on the same planning area. You mean to say this thing is a private scenario where he can save in his local?
So private, yeah, kind of a private scenario. Like let's say, like if I open any planning view, generally we wanted to perform some local calculation, right? Whenever any planner is there, they wanted to see, okay, these are the sum in a particular week, or any difference they wanted to see, or any percentage they wanted to calculate. So that we can do by performing this local member. So you will see this local member can be added by user. It's not like the only consultant will do that, But if they wanted to add any key figure, that generally a consultant will do, because that is too technical for a normal business planner to understand, right? But here they don't have to depend on a consultant to perform that local member creation. That is very easy to do, and it helps them to perform all those random calculation or any ready to use calculation directly.
Okay.
Okay, so scenario in IBP is a totally different terminology, so I'm not using that right now. If you see in any planning view which I have loaded, there's a different section over here for scenarios. So that's why I'm not using this scenario terminology over here.
Okay.
Okay.
I think why I took that scenario is in we also use Kinaxis tool for sales operation planning.
Okay.
There it's quite similar, concept where they call it as scenarios, private and public. So I got the topic.
Yeah. I like Kinaxis, and I think Anaplan is the base of this IBP. That is why this IBP came into picture, because in market different tools are available in Excel as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I think JD also works on Excel.
JD, yeah.
So so how we can do
Sorry,
that?
which one is better, you think, JDA demand or IBP demand?
I haven't used other software till now. And
we are actually exploring that option. Which one route, which we should do, JDA or IBP?
We can just suggest, okay, this is the better option. Actually, clients generally go for those software which are scalable in the future, right? They have certain future and they can use it 15 or 5 or at least 5 or 10 years down the line.
Sir, if you honestly ask me, since we are using Kinaxis, the data integration part is mess. You cannot take real time because our business would not allow to take real time data to Kinaxis now and then. The inventory and other stuff. 1 day delay or 6 hours delay will be there. If you have IBP, it's cloud solution where you will get a real time data since you have SAP and IBP. That's my opinion.
Yes.
Okay. No, we are not talking Kinaxis. I don't know. I never heard about it. I'm thinking JD.
Before taking Kinaxis, we also had a vendor evaluation with JD Edwards, SAP, IBP, and Kinaxis. Since IBP was new, it was still developing, under developing stage. So we took Kinaxis because their runtime was better.
Okay.
Correct. Now this IBP is at a very good level, and people are accepting it like SNOP and demand and supply. People are going for the different implementation. We are getting very good amount of projects on them.
True.
Okay. Yeah. So this local member we have activated. Now there are other settings also we can do. So after activating this local member, I just directly go any row and insert row. So it will insert a blank row over here. I can just put some name to this and directly put some formula over here. Okay, so that is the best part of this local member. So similarly in demo, it helps us how like adding a custom key figure takes a lot of time, right? All those calculation we have to perform, that validation should be there. We can't do that at their level or not, right? So rather than adding the key figure, we generally, as a consultant, we add the local member and show them, okay, these are the calculations we can do. Okay. So, but the main thing is it will not be available in your planning area. Just remember one thing, because so the key figures which are there in your planning area, which we generally use in different alerts, okay, different charts, different dashboard we can create based on the key figures. So this information will not be available in your planning area to perform those alert and chart related activities. It will be just for local calculation only. That is why we generally avoid it, but in some case we don't have that much time. We just add it and put the calculation so that we can show them what all we can do with IBP. Okay, so after putting this formula and everything, there are other settings as well. How we can perform the setting that I'll show you. How this window will appear, that I'll show you. It's a part of your Excel only. Okay, so when we go to this window, we have to assign some name to this local member which we have created. The formula this is the formula we have already put up. It is taking from there only. Now we can attach this local member to each and every member. When I'm saying member, member means my existing key figures. So this calculation which I'm putting, this should be attached to some other key figures as well, right? Because it otherwise it will look very differently, first of all, and this calculation should be applied to other level as well. Okay, so that also we can do. We can restrict to some certain one level also. So that setting is already there. For example, here attached to any member means this key figure we have written. So this key figure is the same one which is there. Once we attach to some key figure, what it will do is after every this key figure, this correction column will this row will appear. Okay, and we can put to certain existing
Hello.
single level also. So we can put it at a we don't want it to repeat for each and every row of this column of this particular like other key figure. That also we can do just by putting at a position. That also we can perform. Okay, now after putting this particular local member, we can add formatting to this local member as well. So how to do it? Same thing, we'll go to the EPM sheet, we'll add this as a member, we'll put this, we use this specific selection tab, and we put the name of this local member. When we click on OK, it will appear over here. Once it appears, we can put the specific formatting for this local member as well. Now you can see this local member is appearing after each and every this outlier corrected actuals key figure as well. Okay, so let me check first of all whatever the activation is done or not, so that we can perform all these formatting related things. So it is activated. Okay, so let me log out from our system and log in again.
So can we schedule the activation in the background, or it should be only in the foreground?
This is in background only.
Oh, so but this is taking this much time for background too?
Yes, it's because it is checking each and everything.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, how many clients are using this? But are they okay with the performance of this? Like, I mean, taking like 15 minutes.
Yes. So this activation, it's not like every day you will be doing it.
Okay.
This is like whenever you change anything, or that also at this key figure level, or any setting you are changing, then only you are doing. If your project is go live, right, every now and then you will not be changing these values, this set.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. So how to transport your different changes from test to production, that also I'll show you. But let's discuss this key figure first. Now, if I refresh it, if I check, so after refreshing it, you can see this key figure, this planning area is in activation mode. Similarly, these key figures as well, which we have created. These are these Z key figures which we have created, all are in activation mode. Okay, so I have logged out and log in again in this planning view. So let me put, so what with the actuals quantity we have added price, SQ product price, and revenue. I'm just going to load it. So here we can see different key figures as well, whatever key figures we have added. Now you can see this product and location is appearing for each and every row as well. Okay, so that setting we can do from here, sheet options. So under sheet option we can use different formatting also. For example, I don't want to repeat the row headers, I'll just unselect it and load it. What it will do is it will appear only whenever it is required. So whenever this product is changing, then only this product will appear. Okay, so this is a much cleaner view because it's easy to understand. Okay, for this product these are the key figures, at different locations. Okay. Similarly, if I don't want to see any blank rows over here, so what we can do is go to sheet options, and here in this row we can hide empty and zero values. So if I do that, what it will do is whatever empty values are there, that it is going to hide. So hide means it has hidden all those key figures which doesn't have any values. Okay, that also we can do. If I don't want to hide, I just wanted to remove it, that also I can do. Okay, so now there is no rows hidden over here because that has been removed. So it generally
you're changing the data.
no, I'm not changing the data. I'm just creating this planning view with the different options over available. So since there was not, since like if I put keep all, what all key figures we have selected, that will show at each and every level, even if that value is there or not.
Understood. When you say remove versus hide, hide is just hiding.
Hide is just hiding. Remove means it is removed from this planning area, this planning view. Okay, so how it helps? I'll tell you how. Sorry.
Are you, when you say remove, are you really removing the data with the
zeros? No. I'm not. There is no data. That is why it is removing.
No, zero is data sometimes.
So that is why this option is there, right? So I'm not removing it. So I'll show you what is the difference between these two. So hide means it has hidden, right? So generally what happen is, how this hidden and remove help us. Let's say if I'm copying all these key figures over here, right? I just go to another Excel and just put it. So we have copied only actual quantity, but whatever hidden was there, it got copied, right? Now if I just remove the empty values, it will not be there. So I can just copy that particular column only. So if I copy it down, it will copy only that. That is the difference. Okay, how it help is, so generally when like where I have, let's say I run the supply, I am taking the optimizer run. I wanted to see for which product the production receipts key figure is there, right? So if I use this hidden option for then if I going to select a product for which this production is showing, then it is going to select all the products. Why? Because those were just hidden, right? If I just remove it, then it will give me a clear picture of what all products for which production planning is. I'm just giving the example. It helps us because recently when we were developing a demo for client, we had a huge number of master data and we wanted to keep the view clean. So just to have a cleaner view, we use this here, like remove empty and zero values option. Okay.
Can you show what else you can do in the sheet options?
Yeah, so the formatting which we have done over here. Now this EPM formatting, which I was going to show you, that we have selected, that we can do. The local member recognition we can do. Okay. So as and when it is required, I'll show you. Otherwise,
okay,
you will get like you will not remember all these settings. Okay. So let me put keep all option as of now.
So what happens if one of the weeks value for actuals is 0? So does it matter if you do whatever you do in the sheet options? Let's say like week 11, instead of 1476, I have a 0 value.
So it is going to perform that operation only if all the values in that row is 0. We are putting it at this row level.
Okay.
Okay, we are not putting at the column level. Otherwise, it will be a mess.
What is the repeat column header?
So this repeat column header, what repeat column header I haven't used. Let's see. Not that much. So
okay,
how generally it helps is, so this layout which we have created, if you go to this edit view, layout also we can create. So layout means row axis show these values, column axis show these values. If I change this row to column, there it may help, right? But this is the just standard format which we generally use. Lot of options are there. Not okay. Now let me put some values. So let us put some price. Same throughout. Same drag and drop we can do. Okay. Now you can see whenever I'm changing any value, it is highlighting with some blue color over here, right? So how it is generally happening? It is because of our EPM formatting only. So why it is happening? This EPM formatting sheet comes with each and every template. Generally it is hidden. So we have to unhide it to format any changes over here. So you can see change member for default format is blue color. Okay, that is why it is showing blue color over here. So right now after putting this SQ price, there is no calculation happening. Why? Because it is not saved. Once I save this data, that calculation is going to trigger. Some settings, let me check.
It calculated.
Yeah, it get calculated. Okay, some error it is throwing. Why? I don't know why. Copy the entire section text box. Okay, I'll check it later on. Yeah, so this calculation has happened. Now it is
But somewhere some wrong calculations were there in the column TW15.
This is not wrong. Why? Because this number which is showing, it's rounded off. This is the actual value.
Oh, that's in point,
Okay.
actual content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So these settings also we can change using those EPM formatting. We can round off, or we can put up to which decimal I wanted to see the data. That also we can do. Okay. Now up to which decimal this value should appear, that we can also change at the key figure level. Okay. So here, if you go to any key figure, this display setting is there. We can select up to which decimal level this value should appear. Okay. Now it is here it is not showing because of this general formatting of key figures. So these settings, these numbers have appeared because of the calculation which we have put. So you remember this product SQ revenue key figure we have marked is a non-editable. So even if I try to change it, and while saving it, it is going to throw this error. This change is not valid. This key figure is not editable. Okay, so it is not going to allow. So if I click yes, what it will do is it will go back to the previous value which it was there. So these settings we can do. Now let me tell you how to perform the formatting. So in this formatting sheet, under this row options, this add member property, here just go to this key figure option and select different options. For example,
member means not just the key figure. It's everything.
Yes, lot of options are there.
Key figure, characteristic, everything, attribute.
Yes, everything is there. So I'll just have this actuals quantity and product SQ price and SQ price and revenue. Okay, so whatever formatting we wanted to perform, we just have to select this particular value and we can give certain settings to it. For example, I wanted to see at the decimal level, 2 decimal level, and put some color to it. Go to format cells, some color to it, and here also same thing, format cell, some color to it, revenue. So here what I'll do is some color to it. Now I wanted to add some conditional formatting. Based on some condition, this value should highlight. So I can create a rule over here. So this rule, if it is greater than, let's say, some 10,000, then it should highlight it with some red color. Okay, so after performing this, I'll just go over here and let me, okay, so just to see the effect of whatever formatting we have done, we have to come over here and click on this refresh option. See, so it has whatever formatting we have done up to 2 decimal, it is showing, okay, in different colors. Here it is showing red because the quantity which we have selected is 10,000, so about 10,000, all the values are about 10,000, that is why it is showing in red color. Let me put some other number. Go test this manage rule, click on this edit rule, go over here, click on refresh. Okay, so it has highlighted only those values which are about 2.5 lakhs. Okay, so that we can do. Now you see I haven't put any save data anywhere, so it is happening automatically. Now one thing to remember over here is this view which we have created is for me only, for locally it is as of now it is open for me only. There is no save we have done. So let's say if I open this template again, it will not be there. Why? Because we haven't updated the templates. So adding and updated means under this template options, I can add all those templates in different folders. I can organize it. Okay, let's say I wanted to add this template. So some folder I can use. So this is, if I wanted to create new folder, just come over here, or I can use existing folder and I can put, okay, EPM formatting is the name of this template. Let me close and open it. So here, if we go, some issue with the template. Okay. So you can see it was not saved. Let me load the values again.
Are you aware that in the current APO there is a Excel add-in?
Yes, I know that. So
Yeah,
this
we are.
was
I'm implementing that, so it looks very familiar to that.
yes. So that is EPM thing you are doing.
Yeah,
So there also you can log in your APO from Excel only.
correct.
So whatever setting we have done, you can just go over here and refresh it. So it has highlighted those values. Now, so I was showing this template option. So in template option, I can create different folders and add it, update it and add it. So whatever changes I made to this template, I have to update it so that next time when I load it, it will be available. So let's say I'm just updating the existing template. Okay, let me close it. If I load it again, okay, so this same thing appear over here. Okay, so this is the template where whenever we like hand over to our client or customer, these are the just generic template we create. After that, they get create their own and save it as and when it is required. They can directly come over here and load all these templates. Now there is one more option is called favorites. So I can add it as a favorite as well. And after adding it, let's say I'm adding it to favorite. Okay, adding into some folder. Okay, now I can share it with other user as well. So I can just select the users and share it with them so that whenever they log in, they can directly come over here and load whatever is shared with them. Okay, so generally like it is for the senior people, they don't want to get into these technical things. We add it as a favorite, so it easy for them to load the templates directly and see the data. Okay, now here we can locally also we can put the values over here. Values means the different formatting. For example, here I wanted to put some colors, that also I can do. But the only thing is whenever I'm going to refresh it, this change will go away. That is the only difference between this EPM formatting and the formatting which we are doing it locally. Okay, so that is why we use this standard SAP template to perform all those, to create all those planning views, because we have this EPM formatting sheet available with us. So generally it is in hidden. We have to unhide it whenever we want to use it. Okay.
All those sheets are the standard, or you saved like that?
So these
Like,
sheets, yeah. So these sheets are means these are the different planning views we have created. How to do that? So this view I can just copy and create, and copy and create a different sheet. I can put rename to it. Okay.
so it
And
doesn't come by default. If you have 3 licenses for 3 planning areas, they don't come and appear,
no,
right?
no, 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 no. This is the flexibility we have with the IBP. We
Okay.
can create different sheets. So how it help is here I've created for a consensus demand. Here this is for capacity. So for all the resource, whatever key figures I am selecting at different levels. So capacity will be at the resource level. I've loaded the resource over here. The key figures which are related to this resource I've selected and I've loaded. So In the same planning view, I can create different sheets over here and we can see the data. But no need to create a different template for different capacity view and different things. So for example, I am performing the supply planning. So supply planning related each and every view I'll create in a single template. I don't have to create a different template. For example, resource capacity I wanted to see, the production view I wanted to see. So whatever production receipts are getting generated, that one I wanted to see. So all these things I'll create a separate view over here. Okay, I
And
can
all
put
these views are there in the EPM sheet, huh?
no, these are sorry.
All these views are there in that EPM formatting sheet.
No. So these views are not relevant for sheet. These for EPM formatting sheet, the relevance is the key figures, because the formatting which we are doing at the key figure level. So if I put this SKU product price in any other view, it will behave the same way.
Okay.
So basically these are different key figures.
Yeah, these are the different key figures. That's what I'm saying. 60-70% work in IBP is key figure.
Can you quickly show that sheet, EPM formatting whole sheet from the top?
Yes, just a second. I'm just saying. So see, so this key figure which I have loaded, in each and every view, the formatting will remain same. That is the good thing. I don't have to take care of formatting of each and every key figure differently in each and every planning. That will be taken care by this EPM format.
So these key figures are related to a particular planning area. So everything gets accumulated, and then the planning happens. Basically, heuristics will run and
So this heuristic and everything. So this planning view is only for your viewing purpose. Okay, only for your viewing purpose. Whatever operation is there, that we can do directly from this planning view as well. For example, I wanted to take a optimizer and here, just go over here and select this optimizer profile and take your run. Okay, and also from backend means your web UI. There also we can schedule a job. That also we can do. Okay, and just remember one thing: we have logged in into a planning area, right? So whatever planning area we have logged in, it will show over here, and whatever values we are doing, whatever operation we are performing, we will be able to do in that planning area. So I'll give an example. We were performing demand planning in a different demand planning area, and response planning area is different. So every time whatever operation we have to perform, we have to log out and log in of demand planning and go to response. There we have to perform the operation, then again come to this. So that is the kind of a painful activity, but it gives a much better control, because once you logged in, you can perform all the activity related to that particular planning area at a single view only. Okay, so these are the planning view we have created. Now we were talking about the local member. So here, if you go to the sheet option, this is the local member active recognition we have to activate. After activating it, I'll just go over here, insert one row, put some name to it, local calculation. Okay, and here I'll put some formula here. We'll divide revenue by price so that it will show me the quantity. So what it is doing is, it has created this local calculation. Okay, now related to this setting, related to this local member, how we can do is, go to template admin, under this advanced option, here this EPM edit report is there. So here this local member tab is there. So whatever local member we have created or got created, so the description is whatever description we have given to it, this local calculation is appeared over here, but some name we can give. So how this name help is in this EPM formatting sheet, we can use this name to perform the setting. Okay. Now whatever formula we have used over there, that is appearing directly here. With which member I wanted to attach. Currently it is attached to this product SQ revenue. I can attach to some other key figure as well. Same thing. Go to this key figure. Search for, let's say, actuals quantity. Click on OK. So it will attach to actuals quantity. It has appeared below that. So it's how we can identify if it's a local member or not. If you see, whenever I'm selecting any key figure, above we can see some information related to it. So if it is a local member, it will show EPM local member. If it is a normal key figure, it will show this key figure, and this is your ID of that key figure, and this is your name of that key figure. Okay. So how generally it helps is, whenever we load over here, let's say we wanted to see the setting of that key figure, we just generally select this key figure and select this ID, go to your web UI and put it there in a search option. We can directly see the setting. Otherwise, description by description, we can't search in your key figures. Here we can't search with the key figures. Here we can search only with the ID. This actuals quantity, this is your ID, which it is showing over here. Okay. I'm just connecting how the different web UI and Excel UI are connected. The same thing, if I wanted to put some formatting to it, how to do that? Just go to this add member property, specific selection, local member, put the name of your key figure. Let me copy the name of this key figure.
Is it a case sensitive?
Yeah, these are case sensitive. Just remember that. These are case sensitive. So most of the things in IBP is case sensitive.
Capital and small letter, both are different.
Yes. Just put so this number has appeared over here. The same thing, I can perform the formatting for this key figure, and we can put conditional formatting as well. Just put some formatting over here. Go back, click on refresh, and the formatting will be applied to it. See, the formatting is applied to it. Okay. So these kind of settings we can do in all this planning view. So let's say I wanted to delete this local member. I don't want it to use it. I can just go over here. This local member and disable it. So it will not show me. Okay, no need to delete it. We can delete it as well, but why to delete it if we can disable it? Otherwise, we can just go over here. We can delete this key figure as well, this local member as well, by using this option. Okay, so this is how we can perform different activities over here. Now let me show you one more thing. So this is the key figures which we have done. Now let's say if I've changed something over here, I wanted to transfer that changes to my production system. How to do that? There's an app for it. Transport model entities. Just select it. Whatever planning area you wanted to change, you wanted to transfer. So these changes are at the planning area level. Okay, so planning area generally get transported. Okay, so this kind of export is very helpful, because in APO, if you have, or in ECC, if you have done those TR requests, you know how painful it is if you miss any objects while creating those TRs. But here, just select that planning area, click on export, it will get exported, and in your production system, same thing will appear as imported. Okay, and but one thing to remember, whenever you transport those changes from product test to production, your planning area in your production will again go into deactivation mode. You have to activate it. Why? Because you are transporting the changes. Okay, these things we have to remember. So whenever we are moving on our changes, we have to plan our activity accordingly.
So it is becoming inactive in test system or production system after transport?
Not it. We are transferring changes to production system, right? So production
will go, the changes from test to production. So that will become inactive in production, not test, right?
So test will be able to transfer the changes only if your planning area is in active, right?
Correct, in active mode. But after transport, this will not become inactive.
No, why it will become? We are not changing anything. It will go in inactive mode only if you are changing anything, right?
Yeah. So in production, it is inactive.
Yeah, it will go in inactive mode once this import happens, and it is very quick. I have done it a couple of times. You can see, I have done like couple of times, and this transport is very easy as compared to what we have used to do in ECC and APO. So here, just transport your planning area, and that's it, done.
So it doesn't generate any transport number or anything like that.
Transport number is generating.
Oh, okay.
It is generating, but it's very easy to transport. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but you don't have to import from production.
No. Export will start from here. Import will start directly over there.
So there's no separate step for import.
No. Just you have to activate your planning area. That is the thing.
So, Pawan, what about the previous data available in the production system? It will be available even after reactivation again?
Yeah, so transaction data will be there. Unless you are like assigning some different time profile level altogether.
Okay. So, and if we are transferring the planning area, then it will be transfer the templates and what the information available in the planning area, right?
No. We are transferring the settings, not the templates. We are transferring the settings over here. The templates which you have created, it's at the Excel level only.
So templates are not being transferred. I mean, the templates are unique to each system, or?
So
it's very easy to create those templates, right? So there is no it is not required to transfer those templates.
So basically, the calculation you did for a key figure of multiplication will be transported.
Yes. That settings. Will.
And this Excel GUI, nothing will be transported basically.
No. Yeah, because here only these templates are there. I don't think so. Yeah, no. Those templates doesn't get transported.
And also one more question, like you just showed the simple calculation of multiplication. Is there, like, there must be very complex scenarios which we need to perform? Is there any help, or is just we have to just try and check?
Yeah. So you can see existing key figures first of all, wherever the calculation is there, and also the IVP help is there first of all. And other thing is, like, there is one more app which help us to visualize calculation in a much better way. So there's a app called key figure calculation. This key figure calculation app help us to visualize how the calculation is happening. For example, let's say I'm selecting any planning area. Okay, let's say we have created that revenue key figure, right? Click on go. So it will show, okay, this is your main key figure. This is the calculation it is performing, and these are the these are the root attribute. So we can see the calculation.
So, upon what is the request level and what is the attribute difference?
Yeah.
Between?
So this request level means at which level the Excel UI wants to see the data. So if I open any key figure,
Is same as like when we used to create macros where you want to see the result.
yes, same kind of thing. So here, let me open that key figure which we have created. Product revenue. Okay. So here, whenever we are querying the data in our Excel UI, it is going to trigger this request calculation. That is why it is marked as a request. So it will be there for each and every key figure. This is the basic calculation. Okay. Why? Because at whatever query we are performing, so you can see whatever aggregation mode we have put over here, that is the same calculation it has been added. If I go to any other key figure, average, sum. So this means whenever we are going to any aggregation mode or any planning view, we are adding any planning level or removing any planning level. Adding, removing means whenever I'm selecting this planning view, adding, removing here. So whenever I querying this key figure data at product ID level, so this request level calculation will trigger and it is going to sum all those values under whichever level we have added over here. So that is where it helps us to perform that calculation. So this is the basic calculation. It will be there for each and every key figure. But if I wanted to add any other calculation, custom calculation, that we can add over here. So we can see other calculation as well. Let me show you. So there are other calculation as well. Okay. So we'll be using some of the key figures. So here also some calculation is there. So these are the same thing, same calculation for logic or format we used to perform in Excel that we can do. So generally when we wanted to perform any calculation, we write it in Excel and then we copy paste to that level if you wanted to understand any calculation over here. So it is just showing me if this key figure is null or this key figure is equal to 0, then this key figure it will check. So this kind of nested or complicated calculation we can perform. Okay. So but
all this format like the inverted commas and is this a particular format we have to follow basically?
Yes. So this key figure you have to put in double quotes only. So when we are putting that, when we are creating this revenue key figure, I told you, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you put double quotes, then only it will show. Otherwise, it will throw error. If I go over here and I remove it, it is going to throw some error.
So basically, the brackets means first which one will be performed, then the second level, then the third level. So that nested. Okay.
Yes. If I put some random thing, it is going to throw these kind of errors. So it's
So this will be provided by the DNS, Pawan?
Sorry?
So the requirement will be provided by the DNS, or
Sorry, I didn't get you.
actually this calculation will be provided by the DNS during the initial stage, or we need to do this one?
Yeah, so these, for all those standard key figures, this will be already will be there. Okay, but let's say if I wanted to create my own custom key figure, then we have to provide those calculation. Okay, just like we have created the price key figure, right? So for that key figure there is no calculation required, so I haven't put it. But for revenue key figure, it is a calculated thing, because we have to multiply some quantity with that price, right? So then we will create this, then we'll add this calculation. So it depends what is the purpose of creating a different key figures. Okay, but generally whenever, let's say, these custom key figures, whenever we are performing demo, that point of time we don't have to do that, because all those standard key figures are enough. Lot of enough information is there which help us to give a proper demo. But when we are doing a real project, that time, like based on their demand, okay, we wanted to see that calculation or this calculation, then we, like generally in SNOP, that revenue calculation or some other utilization calculation, right? Some other product condition they wanted to put, if else they wanted to put, so that they generally we use to put these kind of different calculation over here.
So what is that shows used in key figures is 0?
So this, if this particular key figure has been used by some other key figure as a reference, for example.
Reference. Okay, got it.
Same
Also, yeah, understood. And also I see sometimes 3 boxes. The calculation definitions are 3 boxes.
Yeah, so we can add multiple calculation.
Here, why
so here
is
it is showing at this, if we wanted to change it to some exchange rate as well, so that calculation also we have put.
But both are same, marketing first.
Yes.
And
so here
both are.
So we wanted to see only at one currency level, right?
Okay.
Now let's say we want to perform the currency conversion. Then we have to multiply it with the exchange rate, right?
But key figure name is same.
Yeah, key figure remain will same. This calculation belongs to this single key figure only.
So when we load the Excel GUI, which one will be displayed first?
So this will be displayed using this quantity only, this key figure only. But
okay,
this calculation will use based on the planning level we have created. So let's say I have. So let me open the planning.
So we have to assign which.
Yes. So here, if I select the key figure, let's say there are different currencies are there. Okay, if I'm selecting different currencies, so that exchange rate will apply over there. So that for that we have to maintain the master data. That is a different thing that I'll show you. But this different currency we have selected over here, so then it will go to this currency to calculation, because the currency conversion we are.
So if the master data currency maintained and the currency displaying is same, it will go to the set.
It will go to second
middle one.
Yes.
And if there's a difference between both the currencies, then it will trigger the third one. Okay.
Yes.
One second. The second box says planned price multiplied by marketing quantity something.
Yeah.
And the third option is exchange rate. Planned price and exchange. That's only the difference.
Yes.
So
you can see over here, this we are. So
what happens if a user enters a value for both planned price and exchange rate? So the key figure, what will be the output quantity?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So a user enters a value for planned price and also in exchange rate. So what value we will see under marketing forecast?
So if you are putting the exchange rate, so first of all, this second calculation will be performed. So you can see over here, if you just focus, this, the only difference in this two calculation is this planning level. Okay, so this planning level calculation will come from where? From here.
Oh, okay. So if you are on different planning level, it comes. If it
Yeah.
is different, oh, okay. Now I understood.
So it is going. So all the calculation will be used once you are, if you are selecting this level, this different currency level. Why? Because it will go the whatever Excel UI is triggering the calculation, it comes here internally. It will call here, which internally will call over here.
It's like
So
disaggregation basically.
yeah, yes. This value will flow from this lowest level to this upper level.
Okay, aggregation. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
And about the transports, you said we are transporting and click that export. The production system, does it prohibit us from changing anything? Like I can add a key figure directly in production, right?
Yeah. So it depends if you have that access. Same thing.
So there's a control level also on the.
Yes.
So like SAP, can you close the production system from changes?
Yes. We can change.
So it's basically Excel, right? I don't know where. I was thinking where you will control that on Excel.
No. So we have all the apps over here. We have each and every setting over here. So just like we have created different sections, these are the standard section provided with the IBP. We can create our own section. We can go to this identity and access management. We can give all those these different so roles we can assign based on the roles, what kind of value they can see, they can edit. Every control is there. This identity access management help us to control each and everything. We can create.
Anyway, you can't change the key figure in GUI. You have to do it via this one.
Yes. But here also, this key figures we generally don't want any use like business user to do it, right? Because it is very sensitive. They do it. Anyone do it by mistake, then that planning area will get in deactive mode. So that we don't want to do it. Okay. So all those settings are available here. Since I have all the access available, so that I can see all the apps. Once we restrict that access, these apps will go away.
Are you going to cover this security concept?
No. We'll be covering all the modules. This is a similar. So generally, it has been taken care by the basis guys. These guys will generally look into it. What are the different user IDs needs to be created? What are different roles? But we can see the different roles, and we can see. So roles are different, generally covered in this. If you go to this identity access management in this business catalogs, we can see all those catalogs. So these roles are assigned. So here we can see what are the different restrictions. So these are two technical things as a functional consultant too.
But to me, the functional consultant doesn't have any work after 1 month.
No, lot of things are there. This integration is not easy.
That's done by anyway above guys.
Yeah, but we have to go give them the requirement, right?
Yeah, but for us, I don't see much work.
This is not an end of a functional consultant. Lot of things will come. This response and analytics, and they will introduce machine learning as well. Lot of things SAP is going to introduce in IBP. Okay, so that's it. What all things I wanted to cover in today's session. And so from tomorrow we'll start with the IBP for demand, and we'll cover the what all features are there in demand first of all through the presentation, and then in the next week we'll start the configuration of demand.
Yeah, Pawan, one more thing.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I am having the two planning areas, and if I am creating the template in one planning area, so automatically that will be available in the second planning area, or again I need to create manually.
What do you mean by two planning areas?
I am trying to implement the IBP demand for two different.
Just imagine over here. I have logged in over here, right? I can see only the planning area where I have logged in. Let's say I am disconnected. I am logging into some other planning area. That will go away, right? That only the template which you have created attached to that specific planning area. And whenever when we are creating any connection, that is specific to a planning area. Okay, so for example, this connection I have made, if I want to, let's say, edit it. So here I can see all the planning areas. So since I am selecting this planning area only, whatever settings I have made, that will be specific to this planning area. Okay. So that templates will not get transferred to other planning area. It will attach to that planning area.
So if I want to use the same template for Chetan planning area, again I create.
So yeah, so same template means same key figures you wanted to use, right? Just create it. Just create that template over here.
But for the second planning area, we can't.
By template, I'm assuming you're talking about these templates.
Yes, this one.
Okay. So since they are, I'm logged in into this planning area. It is showing templates whatever I've created over here. Let's say if I go to some other planning area, it will show.
And for the same key figure to be assigned to two planning areas, we have to make sure that name is different for that key figure. Correct?
Every setting is respected to that planning area only. You can't share a key figure between two planning areas. Just understand one. I told you, right? Just go to, if I open this thing.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just asking, suppose we got two planning area 1 and planning area 2, and
Yeah.
I've got to say a key figure. So that a key figure, I can go individually and assign to both, or I have to give A1 name to key figures for the second planning area.
Here you are saying, in Excel you are saying?
No, in
this web UI.
Web UI.
So web UI, if you go to these key figures, these key figures are assigned to this planning area. If I go to the other planning area, the key figures list will be different. Okay, so the name.
No, but suppose this sales history is there, yeah, in the other planning area. And if I want to assign that sales history to this planning area, can I assign the same name, or you have to?
You can assign the same name. You can assign the same name. Why? Because the planning
planning area is different here. Okay.
Yeah, planning areas, they are not related. They are not connected anywhere. There is no connection.
So we can share the same key figure between different planning areas.
You can't do that. How you will do that? Tell me.
That's my question is.
You can't do that. I'm telling you now. Just focus. This ABC service level is there in this planning area. It will
No, that is understood. That is understood. But same key figure, I can use it in different planning area, right?
So if you are saying,
I think what Pawan is saying, like you can name it same, but you can't use the same key figure in multiple planning areas.
So by if you are saying same, I'm assuming that ID, whatever setting you are making to this planning, this figure, it will reflect to in other planning also. It will not happen like that.
There's a lot of noise behind. Can you repeat? Sorry.
Yeah. So what I was saying is, let's say this ABC service level is there, which is related to this planning area. If I make these changes, any changes to this key figure, if the same key figure is available in some other planning area, that will not going to change. Why? Because this key figure is attached to the other planning area.
Okay, but that's you are only now you see ABC service is there in different planning area also.
Yes.
So it means the question is answered. So the same key figure can be used in different planning areas.
Yeah.
But
So
with different settings.
So that's why I wanted to correct you. Don't use same key figure. Use same key figure name. Same key figure means like if I'm making any change to this key figure, it will reflect to other as well. For example, the master data, we can share the master data. If you're saying same key figure means, you are, it appears like you can share the key figure between different planning, but you can't do that. You can't share key figure between different planning.
No, I'm still confused, to be honest. Suppose this key figure is there, A, B, the top one, which is showing active, yeah? And this is assigned to this planning area, and it does some activity.
Okay.
I will go to the different planning area, and I create the same key figure and assign to that planning area, and does the same activity.
Yeah. Yes, you can do that.
And if I make a changes in this planning area, will it change the other planning area as well?
No. It will not.
No.
Though planning areas are not connected. That's what I'm saying. They are not connected.
So that means we can use the same key figure
Yes.
for.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You can use the same key figure, but I wanted to correct you. The way you are saying, it looks like you can share the key figure. You can't share the key figure. That's what I'm saying.
You cannot share the data, but you can share the key figure.
Yeah. The name you can share. Name you can.
Okay. So master data needs to be. If the master data is same, then it's a trouble.
I mean, select
Yes,
basically
yes,
the key figure settings are specific to that planning area. Like,
Yes.
so you use the same key figure in several planning areas.
No, the issue is suppose if the master data is same for two planning areas, then it will create a problem. Is that correct?
Yes. So that is why I was saying we generally the master data also should be separate.
Okay, I got it now.
Master data, while saying master data, I'm not saying the data which you are saving master data. For example, the name of the product. I'm not
master
saying
data. Yes.
Master data type which you are saying you should not share, because if you change something in that master data type, whatever planning area it's going to use, that it is going to affect each and every.
Okay, thank you.
So that is a risky part generally. Okay.
One more thing. So
yes.
In IVP, you told we are having the two landscape only, test and production systems.
Yeah.
And in test system, we will do the development, and VAT also will be done by the test system only, and then we are moving the changes to production system, right?
Yes. So just to connect you, there is no development. We do configuration in test system, and we transport our changes to production.
If you are doing any development, then reach SAP.
There is no that is why there are only two systems in IVP: test and production. In APO we have, or in ECC we have the dev, QA, and production. But here there is only two systems.
Can you go to the Excel sheet?
Okay.
Just I have one question.
Yeah.
So you are getting all the tabs, right? That is consist, demand, statics, forecast, statistical forecast tabs. So how you get that one? So do you need to create from the new view?
Yes, good. You can create from new view, or you can create or go over here, and then you can.
Then how to connect the data? Let's say I created one resource capacity or something. So how to connect only the resource capacity data to this sheet?
Resource cap. So this is just a name I have given.
Yeah. So let's say I created a resource capacity 2. Okay. That is sheet 2. So how
that will come from the web UI. That will come from web UI.
Now how will connect this?
You'll be creating the data.
What do you mean by connect the data? What do you mean by connect the data?
I want to do only resource capacity data into sheet 2.
I mean, you already connected to the planning area, and when you drop down the key figure.
Select the key figure. Yes. Select the key figure. It will pull the data.
Yeah.
So first we need to upload the data, and then it will be displayed here.
Yes. The data will be there. Only it will show, right?
And you already connected to planning area, right?
Can you show something in the sheet 2?
There's nothing there because I've just added it. So if I wanted to create it,
yeah.
So I can just create using the existing template because I've selected that option. Otherwise, without template, also we can create. Okay, I have to log in into some other planning area. See, so that is the difference, because we are not using the template. It is showing a plain value over here.
Okay, so for each sheet we need to add a template. That is standard template given by the SAP.
Yes. So that is why whenever I'm creating a new sheet, I'm copying a current sheet. Now I'm putting some name to it, and I'm selecting some other key figures for it.
So how many template we have in SAP is given?
Only one standard template. So template means this structure, this UI which we are seeing currently. Whatever sheets which we have created, that we can create on our own. Okay. So that's it for today. So we'll continue in our next session with from the demand.
Thanks, Pawan.
Okay, so I'm just